and today we're going to be taking a very cool look at Pacific Rim Wave 4 Gipsy Danger version 2.0. This is the figure that I have been waiting for because this finally completes my Pacific Rim collection, or Pacific Rim Jaegers, more so. I plan on getting Tacit Ronin and maybe Romeo Blue. I do really like the designs on both of those, but as for movie Jaegers, the ones that are quintessential in the movie, I have completed them all, which is Coyote Tango. I don't even know if Coyote Tango counts, but Striker Eureka, Cherno Alpha, Crimson Typhoon, and Gipsy Danger. So let's take a look at Gipsy Danger right here. So first off, we're gonna take a look at the packaging. I do not have the big packaging. I have the paper, which is what I like to keep because it's pretty cool. It's the Hong Kong Brawl Gipsy Danger, and this one, it has this really interesting picture right there, which looks like CG from a game, so maybe it's from a game. There's some nice picture of the figure in the back. Mark III Jaeger. Now these are the other ones that came out with Wave 4. You have Anchorage Attack Gipsy Danger, which is the one in the beginning of the movie where it gets trashed, so that's version 1. And then Tacit Ronin, which is really cool, and Romeo Blue, which the design grew on me definitely because it's kind of weird at first. I was like, okay, but I really do like that big hand thing kind of going on, that big like chest thing going on. So yeah, so let's take a look at Gipsy Danger. So first off, for the colors, you have this really interesting neon kind of red fluorescent paint in there. If you take a black light and you shine it, it actually does light up a little bit. You got this nice deep dark blue. This is the deeper blue than the version 1 Gipsy Danger that came out with the first wave. I don't have that one because that one is really bad. I didn't really want to invest into it, but yeah. They actually are releasing, it was kind of weird, at My True, Toys R Us, they were having version 1 Gipsy Dangers there, and I was like, what? This is out of production, so that's kind of weird. Maybe they just had extras or something flopping around, I don't know. But yeah, the color is definitely different from the original Gipsy Danger. This is much more deeper and darker, like more accurate to the movie. And then you got this nice, like kind of gunmetal gray color, nice worn up, like Neca usually does. You got red, and you got this dirty white. You got nice bronze, all this nice paint apps. And as per usual, Neca is really good with their paint. Not a lot of muck-ups this time, but yeah. So, and then let's check out height comparison. So here he is next to Striker Eureka. This guy really needs a version 2.0 because most of the Jaegers have trouble standing, which is kind of weird because I think it's just a design flaw, maybe articulation or something. Yeah, so this guy has some trouble standing up sometimes. I can hear him fall a lot from other parts of my house. But yeah, so there he is. Gipsy's taller, which is interesting because this design of Striker Eureka should normally be like a little bit lengthier, a little bit taller, but that's fine. Alright, and then we got Cherno Alpha, which is taller than Gipsy. Cherno isn't even standing straight, but yeah. Yeah, I really like Cherno Alpha. Cherno Alpha is probably the best out of all 4 Jaegers. If you were to just get one, it's a solid figure. It's got this little punching gimmick. There's plenty of reviews of Cherno Alpha, so that's why I'm not going to do one. But yeah, this articulation on this guy's great. Not a lot of problems, and also he's got some QC issues, but I think you'll figure that out if you get the figure. But yeah, so Gipsy Danger is probably the second best because it's the most recent one and it looks the best. So let's take a look at the articulation. First, you to see the whole body. So it's a pretty tall figure. It's about I want to say like 6-7 inches, but yeah. All right, so let us go to the figure. So for articulation, the head is on a ball joint, but it can only move left and right, not that far. It can move up pretty far, but that's about it. The shoulders, this shoulder piece is on a ball joint, and the shoulder itself can only go out that far. It can go 360, which is pretty nice. And also the elbow, it has a ball joint at the base of the forearm and a hinge joint at the base of the bicep, so you get a 90. That's it. But you do get that rotation, which is really nice. He also has a swiveling bicep, which is cool too. Now, interesting part, Neca, I don't know if this was intended, but you can actually see right here, as I move this part, the bicep piece slid up and down, which is interesting because I think that's to allow more clearance for the arm to move up. So I think that's a gimmick. But unfortunately, it could have been executed better because this part actually does like to fall off a lot. It's just friction in there, so it's like, it's okay. But Pretty cool. It allows for more articulation. The wrist is on a ball joint, really nice free moving ball joint. So that's pretty standard. Torso is on one joint up here, which just allows it to rotate 360 and go up and down, and all sorts of fun movement right there. The previous Gipsy Danger version 1 figure had trouble in the hip section because there was not a lot of clearance, but this one kind of fixes it. It has a ball joint right here, but doesn't really move out that much, virtually nothing at all. And it's got a little swivel right here, which does make it look like it moves out, which is cool. Now for the knee, it's actually got a really cool double knee joint, so there's your 180 there, so it's pretty cool. And then the foot virtually has zero movement. It can rotate 360, but the ball joint's just too deep into the leg, so you can't actually get a lot from it. And the toe actually moves back and forth, which is where most of the foot articulation would come into play when you're posing. So for articulation, this guy has a lot of it. It's really nice. The articulation is solid. It's okay, except for the hip area. I feel like if we had more articulation there and the torso, we could probably pull off a lot more poses. And definitely the feet, because those areas kind of make or break the figure, or figures for me, like in general. So yeah, so there's Gipsy. So let's take a look at his weapons and accessories. So first off, you do have this nice boat, which is what he dragged around in Hong Kong to fight Otachi. Otachi does come out, I believe, later this year. Unfortunately, it retails for around $100, so that's definitely a major step up from the $20 figure. But it is huge. It's a very big figure. It's a nice figure, but it's only, you have the flight version, and then you have the regular version. So that's kind of sucks. But back to this boat thing. It's a really cool boat, and it definitely shows you the scale of a Jaeger as opposed to just a normal person, which would probably be the size of the hair on an ant on this boat. But yeah, this is a pretty cool boat. The sculpting is really nice. It has this nice sheen to it. It looks definitely realistic. I mean, this is a cool boat. It reminds me of the Titanic for some reason. But yeah, all this twisted metal right here looks really nice. And yeah, so there's the boat. And what's interesting is he comes with a pair of hands to actually hold the boat. So it comes with a left and right open hand, kind of. And then you swap it out by just pulling the ball joint nice and easy. Pull it out, push the new hand in, pop, and then there you go. Now he got new hands. And then the boat actually has these 4 holes right here, along with the 5th hole right here. There's a lot of points for where the hand can actually just wedge into it. So what you're supposed to do is take this, and the finger's supposed to fit into the hole, and theoretically he's supposed to hold the boat like that. But unfortunately, for some reason, my figure can't correctly hold the boat. Even if I double wield it with both hands, it doesn't really want to hold the boat, so I don't know what I'm going to do with the boat. But maybe I'll just glue it in, and because I don't think I'll be using these hands for anything else because they're kind of awkwardly posed. But yeah, there's that. So it does fit in both hands, so you could just take those 4 holes from that one side and fit it onto the other side, and the same thing. Oh, he actually holds it like here. Alright, so yeah, there you go. So he holds it like that. But the wrist is kind of loose, so it does flippity flop around for a second there. Flip, 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 flip. Oh, there we go. There's a good pose. Alright. Oh, shoot. Never mind. Just kidding. Yeah, so there's the boat. And then finally, he does come with one last accessory, which is a movie-accurate blade. We finally waited for this. Come on, guys. Okay. So, as opposed to the blade that came with Battle Damage Gipsy Danger, that one was way too segmented and didn't look like a cohesive blade at all. This one looks really accurate to the movie, with a nice metallic sheen at the edge. And what you basically do is there's a slim little peg in the hand, or not in the hand, the wrist area, where you peg it in and just straight up pegs in. There you go. And it's a really nice blade which you can use to cut up kaiju. But yeah. So that's pretty much it for this review, guys. I'll see you guys next time.